Okay, so our band of adventurers, the God's Headache, had recently left the city of Galaro, deciding to seek further answers to questions about Rune and the ASMRs. Your first port of call was the city of Grotfield, to see what the situation was involving the war there. While you are there, you had found developments from your last visit coming to fruition, with a gang war between two of the gangs, one of which you were helping, gripping the city. During this, Nemesis decided to finally do something that she had wanted to do for a while, and confront her mother in her own dreams. It was there that she discovered three individuals seem to have had knowledge of Norium's real father. There was Rogan and Luez, as expected, but the third one, former Grand Paladin Quan. After a battle of words between Nemesis and Natalia, you retreated from the dream, ready to decide what to do with this information and where to go from beyond it. And that is where we left off. Godheader, you wake up the following morning. Some of you a little bit later than others due to the dream spell delaying your own sleep. The day is yours. What do you wish to do?
Once we gather up, can I look to the group and clear my throat?
Yes, Delson?
So, I need to be honest with you guys. I need some financial support right now.
Financial support for...
For a scrying orb, or one that I can use to scry.
Well, I do have some gold.
How much would that cost?
Last I checked, it's a huge investment.
How much is
it was
that?
1,000.
Well, we might be able to come up with that. But I think we might need to get a job. Or find one.
Yes, I could always put in some use of, I don't know, making some potions and things.
I don't think even with us put together we'd have that kind of money. We haven't made a proper amount in a while.
True.
I think Veles is right. We should look for more jobs. You might have to wait a bit.
Mm-hmm. Fuck.
I'm afraid the most lucrative opportunities in Grothfield here will, unfortunately, be the Riptides or the Bilges. Because they're at war. They'd be willing to pay for work, but I know we've already talked about not getting involved in that, but frankly...
Yeah, we're not.
Most of the money in times of trouble ends up in the hands of those that run the show. Fighting.
I think Veles has a point about those people, though, considering what we did, I'm not sure they'd assist us anyways.
Yes. Could be dangerous.
Indeed. Indeed.
Oh, bollocks. Hey.
What?
Have you been
Um,
talking
yes.
this entire time but didn't realize you were muted?
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Goober.
Oh my
I
god.
know, right?
Again, I can at least offer my services to whatever potion brewers there are. It's not much, but it's something, I guess.
Not sure how long you have to work there to get a fucking 1,000 gold, lad, though.
Oh god, this will take forever.
I could have told you that from the very beginning. Why is this so important?
If you'd like. Well,
Well,
actually,
for one, don't we all have people that we're looking for? So it'd be good to have someone I could spy on them in some way, shape, or form.
yes, that is definitely a priority. Getting that together.
I'd like to insight Delson.
Make an insight
Go
check.
right ahead.
Man!
Eleven.
That wasn't gonna happen.
He seems to he's making a good point.
I suppose, though we've done fine just thus far, I'm still tired from last night. She takes a drink
Yeah.
of like her coffee.
That is understandable.
Speaking of last night, we still have things to do.
Of course. You need something to be sent, don't you?
That is correct. I'll tell you it when we're done with this.
Understandable.
It's possible the druids in Elvengrove may have something kin to what you're looking for, Delson. They do practice interesting sorts of magics, and they also have, last we were there, need for help occasionally, so perhaps we could get some assistance there. Well, we could work something out with them. Do a job, and if they
Yep.
have something, that could be the reward.
Yes. Perhaps we could.
I think that would be closest and probably most safe route to go. We don't want to mess around with the bilges and the riptides here. Not until... I would still like to deal with them, to be fair, but perhaps another time.
Personally, I don't want to get involved with either of them.
I think that if there's people that are being taken advantage of, and there's crime that's taking advantage of those people, it's no different than the Thalos. The Thalos are just legitimate. Well, power is power.
Valeth,
Yeah.
I think that's enough. You didn't have to argue your point to me.
I wasn't. I was talking to Delson.
Nemesis stares at him for a second, but she accepts that answer because it's Valeth.
Yep.
I'm just gonna shake my head at this.
I understand why you don't want to be involved. You seem to have a personal issue with... What is her name again?
That bitch, Cereza.
Cereza, right. Are you sure you don't want to deal with her?
You know I would love to deal with her. I would love to just see something bad happen to her. But unfortunately, right now, we're not in a position to see that happen.
Why
I
not?
never took you for bloodthirsty.
Let's just say, he still has some stuff I want to know. And there's no way that we're prying it from her without either trading something super large or literally stripping her of everything so that she has nothing else.
She must have really done a number on you.
What was her name again?
Cereza.
Yeah, you've met her before. It was
Yeah,
in the
I
time
just don't
bomber.
remember how to spell her name. Or, like, what her name was. It doesn't really matter how to spell it, just for my notes.
I swear if the devil had a daughter, she'd probably be a child of said daughter.
Well, we'll be getting out of here soon to go to Elvengrill. Though,
Yes.
I had a bit of an idea.
Yes?
You know that rune I got?
Yes, I am very well aware of what you got from the Feywilds.
Well, sadly, it occurs to me that if my mother is dead, she can't feel the effects of whatever this thing is. So, I was thinking perhaps the next best thing was to drop it in the middle of nowhere, perhaps the Crimson Plains.
Yes, perhaps.
I don't know what it would do, but, you know, there's nothing but sand there. Might be good for it.
Yes, it probably would be good for the blood sands. And a deal is a deal.
It's unfortunate that I didn't get to use it the way that I wanted.
That it is.
Hi, Quinn. How are you? Sorry.
Don't worry, cats come over. Cats are over everything.
Right.
Yeah. But, yes. Should we make our way that way? Then we shall, in fact, drop it off.
Are we just gonna like throw it off the side of the ship?
No, I have to actually bury it. We're gonna go see the statue, guys.
Nice. Sure.
We're going to bury it at the statue.
Yep, that's what we're gonna do. It's gonna be fun.
This isn't gonna go badly at all.
Right?
There's no way Tick has had encounters planned for that statue since years ago. Ever since you guys obsessed about it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Anyways, yeah, that's it. Yes.
Suddenly, the statue comes alive and is not very amused by burying it there. Roll for initiative.
Kills us all.
Oh my god.
Okay.
The statue
Yep,
follows.
It's like a rune of true sight, and the statue is like, haha, I was ruined this whole time.
Alright, so what are you guys doing?
Yeah, I think
So
we're
I
just
need
gonna head out.
to-
Or
I need to talk
talking
to
to my
Delson
buddies,
privately first.
Yep.
I'm just gonna go start like drawing some stuff on those that paper I have.
I'm
I'm gonna go with Valeth and start drawing on the papers.
Sure.
I want to go. I want to go to have a look around the Leviathan's lair.
Okay. Alright. So
Alright.
who wants their little escapades happening first?
Well, I wrote my thing out.
Yeah, you can do yours first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Then me and Delson are going to go back up into my room so that we have privacy.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Scamper's there, but Scamper's. He's a good boy and won't tell anyone.
Okay. Alright, Delson, I need you to say this word for word. Alright?
Got it then.
Quan, this is Nemesis. This is for Nemesis. We need to know where you are. Natalia is looking for you, and Nemesis has questions. It's important.
I will nod to this and say it in verbatim
Yeah.
Okay.
with the sending spell.
Alright. So the spell, you say the spell. It's a few seconds before you hear in your head. Paladin, do you see this cup? Empty. Go get more, since Vesplin doesn't seem to want me wandering around the place, even when he is gone. And that's the end of the spell.
What?
What?
Just confused. I don't know.
Huh?
Can you, type that out for me? What the fuck?
Sure,
Yeah.
I'll put it in campaign notes.
What the hell?
What
yeah.
just happened?
So just a reminder, with the sending spell, you do verbally say it.
Yep.
So he... Oh my god. He can't say anything.
Mm. I will just relay what was said here. To Nemesis.
Yeah, pauses for a second.
Mhm.
He's back at the temple then.
Where is said temple?
Nem just stares at him like he's not going to like the answer. Where do you
Oh
think
boy.
the temple of the queen is?
Oh boy, it's in fucking Jerahan, isn't it?
It's in Jerahan, where
Shit.
Quan is, where he can't speak to us, where he's being monitored.
And where we can't get to.
Missy pauses, and she actually starts pacing around the room a bit, like biting her nail.
Shit.
Alright, this may sound insane, which most of my ideas have been in the last few days, and this also may be me running on an adrenaline high, but What if we took the airship over Jurahan? Valethor, you dimension doors us down there. I use the Mask of Many Faces. We go into the temple, and then we go and free Quan. That's a horrible idea. Oh my goodness.
This is an absolutely terrible idea. However, I don't see anyone else coming up with anything better.
We're the only ones here.
Exactly.
You haven't offered me anything.
Scamper, your thoughts?
Honestly, I don't think there's much I can offer to you. However, we would
Can
need to make sure that.
disguise himself? Who can disguise themselves?
I mean, if I have a disguise kit, I could
I
actually.
can be a
put
barrel.
up-
You're not here, Charlie.
If I have a Yep. If I have a disguise kit, I could actually do one very well. Especially with.
It would need to be
costume.
changed completely. There's no way that our faces aren't plastered on Jurahan.
You forget. I did catch the Shadow Phoenix off guard by being an old fellow.
Nemesis stares at him. You do realize that if we did that ridiculous plan, we would go straight into the lion's den, right?
Yes. Yes, I would be well aware of it. And we would also need to make sure that the name of the airship is changed. Or at least taken off.
To be fair, it hasn't actually been changed yet. Just the paperwork's been filed.
You know what I mean. If they see that above Jerahan, it is gonna get fucking shot down faster than any of us can say anything.
Is 500 feet low? Would you say it's low? Nem's like actually debating this. Oh my god, he's right. Velez has that paint. He got that paint in Thallow
yes.
colors. I've seen the ships before. I could tell them what it looks like.
You know, this is actually pretty intelligent.
Are you surprised?
I am not, however, we will need to get everyone else in on this to be able to come up with something to help ensure the success of this plan. I too can also go and look for well, if I had the money, I could look for a scroll to disguise myself.
First things first.
Mm-hmm.
There is a temple in Omendau as well, though I feel like the Grand Paladin would be in Jurahan. We should confirm that it is indeed in Jurahan. Alright?
Yes, we should. Shit.
Do you have another sending in you?
I do. I have a lot of sending still in me.
I feel dirty by that comment, and you should never make it again.
Yes, I hope I never do have to make that again.
Oh my god. Well, I'm thinking of something to say if you want to cut to someone else real quick, because this is fucking hilarious.
Okay. Valor, Gratian, and Fortune. What exactly are you doing with the paper?
Well, I guess I just want to talk with these guys about what they. Well, actually, here. I was planning on just making some sorts of propaganda, potentially, against the Thallows. If you'd like to help me with that, Fortune.
I'm instantly just writing about how the rich should be paying more taxes. Or does more than enough work.
Yeah.
Rise up,
going to-
unionize. We can eat them like the rats they think we are.
I'm gonna do sort of artistic design stuff on it, and in that
I'm going to attempt to... This is going to be hard for Volith to do, but I'm going to try to put, like, hidden messages in deep speech that are about, like, Room and him and whatnot. Because deep speech, it's like... It looks like Braille in written form. It's just, like, dots. And so I could potentially, like, hide that in details on the edges of the paper and things like that. So that's kind of what I want to do on some of the paper, on the notes, on like the propaganda stuff.
Okay, go ahead, the three of you, make either charisma or we'll say persuasion checks since you're doing propaganda.
Sure. Could you write my do that for me? Because I'm just not at my computer at the moment.
Yep. Okay. Would you rather persuasion or a charisma check?
Whichever one's probably persuasion. I think my persuasion's higher. I'm not actually. It might not.
You're not proficient in persuasion.
Yeah, then they're just the same.
Okay, that's a saving throw, but that's fine. Mostly because you rolled a natural 18.
Oh my god. I feel like Free the Workers is more persuasive than fucking Natalia's poopy.
Okay.
Also, Ed, I read that as the only thing we have to lose is our chairs, and I got very confused, but I was down
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah, as in, like, you know, throw out your chairs so you don't, so you can always stand up, fight in the cause. Yeah, still works.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. So with those high persuasion and charisma checks, you're able to make what you'd say is like you're able to put in like the right words that you feel would move.
Lots of like the down with the fellas, but also like I like free the people as well, like free the workers and rights for people and things like that.
Yeah, like
Troublemakers know how to start a riot.
Yeah, you don't know how effective it would be, but you get the feeling that anyone that reads it would probably, like, if there are any that are leaning towards it, are more likely to probably go for it, but you won't know until you actually see the results.
Sure.
Oh, hey, great you remembered.
Okay. If that's the case,
That's
then I guess
true,
we can flip back over to Nemesis and...
You know,
Delta then.
Nem's fucking signature, like, killed my soul. Having to do that.
Yes. So,
Alright.
no, wait, I watch.
What's with the wiggle hands, Tom?
Sending. Counting how many words you do.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because normally
Alright.
with sending, it's just me copying what Travis does when Laura does sending in Critical Role.
Yeah.
Making sure that he doesn't go over. She doesn't go 25.
Juan, you are somewhere where you can't speak, aren't you? Can you confirm whether you're in Jurahan or Omendau? We will come there.
Alright, so you say it. Several minutes have passed since the last sending spell, so it's another pause, and you hear him say, "I'm amazed, Paladin. When I was Grand Paladin, we ensured the Omendau headquarters ran as well when I was gone than when I was here." And that's the end of the spell.
They're in Omendau.
Definitely an Omendau.
Can you write that out for me again, Tom? Thank you.
Sure.
He's so smart. He's so subtle. Alright, time to fucking invade Omendau.
Well, looks like you may get to bury that somewhere to mess with your mother. After all.
Time to introduce them to our peaceful ways by force.
You know, that might actually work. I don't know what this does, but I know there's a garden by the temple.
That could work very well.
Cause enough chaos, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
The shade that Quan has. Oh my god, the power. Well, I think this is a good idea. We adorn Thalo colors on the airship, we disguise ourselves, dimension door into the temple.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, who went with me to the temple? I know someone did.
It's not a temple. It's a headquarters. You're
Okay, a
confu-
headquarters.
You're
But
confusing
someone
the
had
church.
joined me there.
Did I go?
I can't
'Cause when-
remember.
Where did we get that? Because I think that isn't that where I got the list of
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
That
The list
was
of,
that was the Church of Tyr.
members.
That was not the Paladin headquarters.
Okay,
members.
so they're two separate entities. Are they near each other? Would I know that? I mean, I
wouldn't-
should know that.
They're in the same, like they're beyond the the Gilded Circle, but they're sort of on opposite ends. You remember the headquarters pretty clearly, given you spent a good chunk of your life there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good to know. All right.
Oh yeah, was it where Fortune had good self hiding under M's ass?
Oh my god. All right. We adorn the ship in Thallow colors. We disguise ourselves. We use Dimension Door to bring as many of us as possible. Actually, maybe only 3 of us. We needed one more person to get Quan out of there.
If Valith and I both can use Dimension Door, we can take one other person with us. So at most 4.
So, no, what I'm saying is that we need a free space for Quan.
True.
So, you, Valeth, and I will go. And then we get Quan and, as eloquently as I can say this, get the fuck out.
Yes.
Good. This is not going to backfire at all. Yes, this is great. It's a good idea. Yes. As she's saying this, Nem is heading to the door, just like, I gotta do this before I change my mind.
I'll follow her to it. But how will we know which room the Grand Paladin will be in?
Quan isn't the Grand Paladin. Vespin is.
He's not my Grand Paladin, at the very least.
Cute. I know the temple like the back of my hands. The headquarters, I mean. I can guide us through it. Yeah, that's her head right now. I was practically raised there. I know the garden, the training ground, whatever the fuck you want. In fact, I should draw up a maplet. That is for another time while we are moving. Let's go!
Let's get going.
Alright.
Which party member has the fucking suicide pact now? Jesus.
Right?
I mean, I have it with Bella.
Nem's reaching it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Everyone's getting fucking desperate.
I
We should go down
suspect
to
that we will meet up with the rest of the party when they are available, so go ahead and continue.
Okay, so that would basically leave just Trafnar going to the Leviathan's
Hello! I have no friends and I must grumble.
Alright, so you head to the Leviathan's Law. And inside is the proprietor. He's just kind of reading, like, it looks like he's going through like a ledger of some sort. He just sort of like Walcott's him. He seems a little bit on the jumpy side. And he sort of like looks over, it's like, oh, greetings and welcome to the Leviathan's Law.
Leviathan.
Thank you. I was wondering if this is the kind of the main place to, you know, buy and sell unusual objects and strange artifacts no one can really figure out, right?
I do buy and sell things which get my interest.
Right, okay. So, two things. Has anything come in recently? Well, apart from the hammer I bought when I was here last, bearing the sigil, and I show him, because I bring out a key with the warden insignia stamped on it and show him the insignia.
Sort of like takes it from you and just looks at it. I have not, I'm afraid. But I'm willing to buy this.
No, that stays with me, thank you.
Very well. And just hands it back to you.
I sort of, it almost like instinctively without realizing, almost like wipe it down on the front of my shirt. Let's go. And have you come across, has anyone brought in anything that, anything unusual that was both old, strange, and fished out of the sea?
I'm afraid not.
Okay. Right, what have you got to sell these days, anyway?
I have a variety of old trinkets and scrap metal. It has been rather slow since the bilges have been less inclined to trade.
Wait, is that where you got most of your stock from?
I'm afraid I can't say. Client confidentiality.
If this guy sold orphans, I would believe it. Okay, right. I'm just gonna have a look around the shelves. That's all right.
By all means, I am here if you need me.
I'll be sure to ask. Thank you. And as
He
quick
gives
as
you
I
a smile
can,
that seems very reminiscent of Valeth's.
yeah. And as quick as I can, I sort of just avoid, like, get away from my contact. And I start having a look around the shit he's selling. Anything catch the old eye?
Make a perception check.
No.
From what you can see, or just on a quick glance, most of this is just junk. 22. Okay. Wow. All right. So you find it looks to be relatively new, but it's almost like a it looks like a card pack almost.
What's this doing here? Can I have a look at the card pack?
Yeah. So
Wait.
Oh no.
Don't do this.
Yeah, I know
Oh,
what
no.
it is. I know exactly what this is. And if it's what it is, Tom, you're a monster, and B, Trothnard does not know what this thing is.
So what's inside appears to be a set of about 19 cards. Looking at the pack and the cards that are in there, it looks like a decent chunk of them are missing. But as you sort of like go to draw one of them, you hear Olar say, "I would not pull those, otherwise you need to pay for it."
What are you doing selling an incomplete pack of cards? Who the fuck wants...
I was sold them by an arcane user who had little use for it. That is a deck of illusions.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay. We don't have to kill
Oh,
Thomas.
thank God.
I knew
Thomas.
exactly what you were thinking, and I'm just here
I
like...
was very scared. I was like,
Yeah.
don't do this to yourself.
I was like, oh god, do not give Trofnor the deck of many things. Oh my goodness, oh my Christ.
Oh.
Oh Christ. Okay. So, what? Alright, so like what? Pull a card out at random and a random magical thing appears?
If you look carefully at the card without pulling it, tell me what you see in that card.
Can I very carefully try to peek at one of the cards?
Yep. So the card that you can see that's like at the bottom of it is an 8 of Hearts.
Say 8 of Hearts, mate.
If you were to pull that card and use it, it would summon an illusory bugbear.
But not a real bugbear, right?
No, but it is very convincing.
And is each card one use only, or?
Yes.
Fuck it. You know what? I've been looking for something for Nori, and this might be it.
Since it has lost almost half its full cards, I am willing to sell it for half its normal price.
What would that be?
400 gold.
400 gold for a magic pack of playing cards?
A magic pack that I'm sure you'll agree could be a good asset against various creatures. Who would want to go toe-to-toe with potentially a red dragon, illusory, even if it is?
Is this something? Can I roll insight and?
Make an insight check.
No, because I'm more thinking like roll insight on like whether or not I would like think he was inclined to like haggle on the price a bit.
You wouldn't be able to get that from an insight check.
I was like, 400 steep, mate. I mean, for one use cards, and you can't budge that down to like 350, can you?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, bollocks. Okay, here we go. 18.
18. eh? If you would be so kind as to draw that card you saw, to make the number go down a bit, I would be inclined.
Okay. Like, No, I think scaring someone shitless with a bugbear ghost is worth a 50 gold. You know what? Fuck it. Here you go, pal.
Okay.
And I lay down the 400 gold.
Yep, so you pay the 400 gold, and he just takes a pouch and puts it underneath his counter. Thank you for your contribution.
Like, and do you know what all these cards do?
I had asked the wizard who provided me it and he told me.
Right, and you wouldn't be inclined to tell me what he told you, are you?
You simply draw the card and throw it on the ground. The card will be destroyed, but the creature will arrive in its place. You can tell it to move, though it cannot do any damage.
No, I was more asking, like, do you know which cards summon what? Like, I don't want to be in, trying to scare someone shitless and, summon a bunny rabbit instead of a fucking sunblotter, do I?
I'm afraid I do not.
And I look at the draw then.
I have been told by the mage, however, that barring a handful of cards, they are all threatening enough.
I'm adding it as a resource on my character sheet. There you go. And I'll take your word on that, mate. I wonder what the others are doing. Right. Thanks very much, friend. If I come across anything weird or strange, I'll let you know, lad.
I look forward to it, my dwarven friend.
And rather quicker than he normally moves, he will power walk out there. Just get out there.
Okay.
Power
alright.
walks at 30 feet instead of 25.
Exactly, yeah. Tom, you genuinely gave me a heart attack when you're like, you find a deck of cards. No!
No, I knew exactly what it was because I knew Tick would never put the deck of many things in here, and there's only I think there's 2 other decks, and one's the deck of illusion.
I was really, really worried. I was like, you should know better.
No, that's like once we're once we've finished all of our adventures and we're like retired heroes, then it's like, we do a couple sessions of we are all high-level adventurers who get access to the deck of many things, and terrible things happen, and it doesn't actually affect the world because alternate timelines where we can't actually ruin Tick's universe.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because that would definitely
play
happen.
fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Nice.
No, that's seriously what the deck of illusions is. It's like
Draw!
It's great.
Void? Oh, shit.
Oh no!
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard it's rough, the deck of many things.
It is rough.
It's great, man.
Alright.
It is stating.
You can't take it too seriously, or else it goes crazy.
So overall, this doesn't take you the full day. Well, Valor Fortune and Delson potentially, given it's a big old crate of parchment.
Yeah, we're not gonna probably work on it.
Delson.
We don't want to get through everything, right? I wanted to get everybody to work on it to some extent. And when we're traveling on the airship, we have downtime, during the day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
but also, as Gratian pointed out, with Nemesis' help, he could forge signatures.
Yeah, we could maybe get signature on there, but that would be interesting. We'll see.
Yeah. So, I'd say it's only been about 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. So only about 2 hours have passed. So it's just coming up to the afternoon at this point.
So everyone's returning.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I can't believe we're actually getting to have lunch together.
Right? This is a rarity.
Is there a nice little bistro down on the promenade or something?
I hate you.
Yeah.
Listen, this is probably a very bad idea, but let me just explain everything that occurred when we spoke to Quan. Long story short, Quan is at the Almondau headquarters being watched by the Grand Paladin Vespin, who is a crazy motherfucker. If you look up the word zealot in the dictionary, that's him. Anyways, so we need to go get Quan from Almondau Yes.
We do have a solid plan to get into there, though.
I wouldn't say it's solid. I'd say that I sprouted it from my brain in about 5 seconds. So if we were to perhaps use the colors that Valeth originally brought, we could disguise the ship as a Thalos ship. Obviously I can give the details of what that looks like, but then we could dimension door ourselves down to the headquarters and disguise ourselves and go find Quan and then dimension door ourselves out. This is easier said than done.
Much easier said than done. I myself am in need of a disguise self scroll to help make this work.
What do you think? Ta-da!
Are you two insane?
A little bit, yeah.
Drafnar,
You want to break
And
into
you're
one of the
one
most
to
secure
speak.
places in the fucking kingdom, in the middle of the fucking hometown of the batch we're trying to take down, and you want to take one of them, and you want to see if you can rescue one of the highest valued people in the entirety of Jerahan. Are you insane?
Yes.
Drafnar, I'm not sure we're one to speak, considering we set up
Platinum
everything
Hole.
so we could break up. Yes, considering you tried to break into a
And
mansion
Vesper.
off limit. Yes, and the refinery, mind you. And we were
There's a
all
difference between
down
a
to help
fucking beer refinery and the goddamn paladin headquarters. There's a bit of a difference there.
So we should risk our necks for you, but not for me.
That wasn't what I was fucking saying. Do you know how many armed guards are going to be around there?
Considering that I was raised there, yes.
If anyone has knowledge and the insight to make this plan work, it's Nemesis. And I have faith in her.
Nemesis, has just this weak smile. She does not have faith in herself. I realize that it is completely crazy and insane and could get us in a lot of trouble.
I think we can do it.
But yes.
Given
if
what
we
you've
could-
told us and our capability, I think it's possible. Depending on where he's being held, of course.
That is a big outlier, actually.
If he's
Unfortunately, I don't have that insight, but I know that he sticks to the Grand Paladin. Won't let him out of his sight.
And this is why another reason why I wanted that orb. But we
Well,
can't do.
I'm sorry that I can't spit out 1,000 gold for you.
if you'd like to have a more how did you get this information? You spoke with Quan.
We
I can send.
spoke, quote unquote. He can't speak to us personally. He's being watched.
Oh, well,
Indeed.
if you'd like, you could speak to him this evening. Face to face. Well, somewhat face to
With
face.
another dream spell, you mean?
Of course.
I suppose that could work. He needs to sleep sometime. We could debate this plan with him, get more information.
At least then
Indeed, we could.
he can glean where he's being held and guards. All the information, the tactical information, I'm sure he's aware of.
I'm not an expert on this, but is there a possibility that, how, you lot can go into dreams and talk to people? Is there not a way of, essentially, people working for the paladins going into Quan's dreams and trying to fucking kill you?
That would be very interesting if they had such powers.
You could have, dreams.
Nem gives it like a bit of thought, I don't think that that is in a paladin's repertoire. At least, not that I've ever heard of. The only one that I'd really worry about doing that is... God, what is her name, my magic tutor?
Arlene.
Arlene. The only one that I think could do that is Arlene, and as far as I know, she could give less of a fuck about Natalia Thallow and Vespin.
Well,
But didn't you fucking go into the dreams of your mum? So like, essentially the dreams would be on high alert, wouldn't they? Are you doing that shit again?
Her dreams would, but she's all the way in Jurahan. It would take a while for them to communicate with one another and invade Quan's dreams. That's a
No.
little bit of a niche thing, don't you think?
I know, but just
She makes a fair point here, Puffnar.
this is a
they
If anything bad does happen, we can just leave, right, Valeth?
well, yes.
I don't like that little like tone in his voice of like,
well.
yeah,
Sure.
sure.
Let's go with leave. Yeah.
Would you like me to send Velas 2 in there as another precaution?
I
We
think
could
that
all be
would
there
be-
with Quan, since we are all going to be. Since you suggested me and Delson, I believe, and yourself,
Yes.
the four of us could come up with a plan that everybody's on the same page.
Yes, I think that's a good idea. Instead of just jumping into it. See, Delson, at least someone has a good idea.
Yeah, the messenger can emerge from the trance at any time, ending the effect of the spell early. I just needed to double check.
Yep. Okay. That means that we
But-
can rip ourselves
it-
out if need be.
But it just let's leave it with Volok going, well.
I'm at least trying to help you. I'd at least
Yeah.
expect not getting this much. You know what? It's fine. I'm used to it.
You know, you've had a bug up your butt for quite a while.
Yes, I have.
Alright. If you don't want to talk about it, then whatever.
I'm not used to fucking Nemesis using like this, like slang and parlance. It's weird.
Right? She's trying so hard.
She's like a school teacher trying to like talk in memes with her class.
She is
Wow.
she is literally being how do you do, fellow kids?
Yeah.
Want to talk about it?
She's trying.
Well, if you guys
Like
want
that.
to talk about it, I can. Because honestly,
Yeah, well,
Well,
I do feel like you guys don't respect me at all.
I don't.
Delson, I respect you greatly. Why do you say
I
that?
have some respect for you, Delston. You're a good man. A little off, but you're good.
Keep us all smiling. Feel like you hold us together.
Right then.
aye.
No one
Yeah,
else
well,
feel this
oh.
way.
Thank you, Valeth and Fortune.
Well, if
I
I'm
want to
being
help
honest
you as
about
best-
my thing, I think that you're wild, and as much as you pretend to be, you're not very... How do I put this? You act like you're the one that thinks things through, but you really don't. And I don't have a problem with that. I consider you my friend. But if we're talking about respect, or if I am in awe by you, then no.
I don't want your awe. I just want to be... I just wish for you guys, or at least you, Nemesis, to stop treating me like I'm completely incompetent sometimes.
I've made one comment within the last day about how you weren't very helpful.
Fair enough. My apologies. I guess I'm just projecting a bit.
I frankly think that this isn't particularly about us. You seem to act like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders, but you don't ever disclose to us what that would be. We can't exactly help you if you aren't helping yourself.
You're right about that. Sorry.
Well, I told you, whenever you're ready.
We're all here to help each other, I believe. At least.
Nem gives
I
a
hope.
nod at that. She agrees.
Alright then. I promise
frankly,
that you guys
Delta,
won't think it's... Promise
if
me when I
you-
say this, you won't think it's just me being selfish and self-centered.
Of course.
We haven't said it yet, have you?
Honestly, I've been needing that... I've been needing that focus for scrying now. It relates again to my sister. I tried sending to her, but I know she's alive, and yet there's no response on that. At this point, I don't know what's going on. I do know that she's alive, but circumstances of it are just worrying me more and more as things go on. I just need some sort of ease of mind to know where she is, what's going on with her, if she's truly alright, or anything. And the more I thought about the orb, the more I realized too that it had other uses aside from just me using it for that. It could have used it to help Nemesis out with looking for people. I could even use it to help with Trothnar. Try and see where Vespar is, what he's up to. But in the end, it all relates just back to me just wanting it for myself.
Nemesis gives pause, and her face actually softens. You know, if there's one thing I've learned, it's that I should be more selfless, but if it ever came down to Nori, I would burn the entire world just for my gratification. So, I understand. And I think it's okay to be selfish about that kind of thing.
Right. I've just been traveling with you guys so long now, and you guys really are my friends. Just like he was, just like many people I knew back home were. And I don't just want to force my decisions upon all you and take away things that everyone else could need just for myself.
Delson, we're about to invade a Paladin headquarters. We have invaded a warden's place. We
We've
have
delved
gone
into
to... Yes.
into temples of evil gods, as far as you guys are concerned. We've all been put in danger by each other.
That's so concerning.
And just a big smile. But it's
The point is that...
yes.
Why would you consider yourself lesser?
I guess when it comes down to it, I really don't have much talent.
Huh.
I'm not an expert
Well, that's
sniper.
not true.
No offense,
Yes.
lad, but that's bullshit and you know it.
Yes.
To me, it sounds like you're throwing yourself a pity party. And I know that I was throwing one for a while, but we need to pick ourselves up, get our shit together, and stop crying. Because nothing's ever going to change with a couple of tears.
Yeah.
And there's the leader we all know and love speaking.
Do we get your birthday points? No.
Yeah, right? Can this count as an inspiring speech?
If you want to.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
sure, go ahead.
Sure. We're
Inspiring
not gonna-
speech.
Yeah.
Nem's face turns red at, like, being called out like that.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
saying anything that would be the rational conclusion, obviously. If you put a little thought into it, like I said, then you'd realize that yourself. I shouldn't have to spell it out for you.
yeah, guess you guys are right. Guess I've just been letting myself get caught up with my own self-pity.
That's alright. That's why we're here.
But still, thanks, Nem.
I don't know why you're thanking me. I just stated the obvious.
Because sometimes
That's true.
dumbasses
What is
like
the
me.
temp HP?
It's like 5
It's
hit points
something
for
like
your
some
5
plus your
for every
charisma
level?
modifier.
Equal to my level plus my charisma modifier, so that is 16?
Okay. That is...
No, I'm sorry, 15. I can't math.
28.
Got
Okay.
Mathematics, the universal language of the world, is a concept.
Haha. No. Goodbye.
Nay.
It is quite great, though. Finally hearing the fire in your words, as we see behind your eyes. Especially one that's burning brighter than ever now and then.
Yes, I
So-
have been out of commission for a while, haven't I? And she, flips her hair back.
So, everyone, do you guys have any more thoughts on how we can make this raid on a temple even better? Possibly
Well,
cause a little bit more chaos. Wait, did you say bombs?
It's been a fantasy of mine.
Well, I do have gunpowder.
It was a joke. It was a joke.
Well, I still have fly. If we need to, depending on where Quan's being held, we could descend, fly, and then dimension door into where we need to be, and then dimension door out fairly easily.
Yes,
I
I
have-
think that's a good idea.
That would depend. Well, no, with dimension door, that works. I actually have another spell though. Can't get anybody in. I can't take anybody with me, but I can teleport quite a bit more. It only lasts a minute. Be useful. Other than that, I have telekinesis if we need to break through anything heavy. Eye bite. Can put people to sleep.
We've got options, you're saying.
That we do. And if we manage to get out of the temple, I can at least do something to slow down anyone following us.
Alright. So, do we have anything else to do in Grothfield before we leave? I imagine that we'll be sleeping on the ship.
No, I've got nothing here anymore.
I don't have anything. All we really need is that painter, don't we?
That's right, yes.
Sorry. No, hesitate.
Alright. Then we'll head to the ship. Phileth will get the painter, tell them the new plan. I will draw everything out, I suppose. The ship and the map, though. If they haven't seen a Stalos ship before, I'd be surprised.
Alright. So, you finish up and head back to Nori's Ark.
Nori's Ark.
You can see that it is now officially called that. It has been... Well, it's not been like... Yeah, there hasn't been like a new piece put over. The lettering of Greenleaf has been like painted out, and it's just been like sort of like hastily scribbled on. Based on what you had told Oswell, he has focused on the majority of getting the bottom of the boat painted in the pitch black that you want it to be. You can see a few of the
That's good, that can still work.
You can see a few of the others are sort of like starting to put on the highlights and such. As you sort of arrive, he's like, well, are we leaving? Could we wait a little bit? I would really appreciate finishing this bottom part first.
How long's a little bit?
Maybe an hour.
Doesn't.
Yep, an hour. It's definitely okay.
Though I should clarify, there is a little bit of a change in plan, so the bottom part's fine. You won't have to change it at all.
Well, I haven't, beyond just bleaching the paint of the upper area, could you make up your mind rather quickly? Because this is the third time that you or one of your compatriots has came to me and asked me to do something and then change their mind.
I've never met you before, so don't get snappy. Thank you very much. This will be the last time. Thank you for your consideration. No, it's like, bitch, I will get your manager.
He's a little bit taken aback from it, but he's like, very well.
Volith is standing there. It's like, by the way, she's our leader.
Right.
Pleasure to meet you. Have you ever seen a Thalos ship before?
No, the fellows tend not to use them. I know they have one, but they tend not to use them.
Fantastic. All right. And Nem is going to go ahead and write down, like, a list, and, like, an example.
Do a little sketch.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you, even though you yourself haven't been on airships much because of your mother's distaste for them, you do still have a good memory of the Fellowship, which is called, once I get the notes, the Nobles Road. It was called.
The Nobles Road.
Yes.
Oh my god. Even the ship's name is pretentious.
Right.
Yeah. So you sort of describe it. It's like, right. Okay. So the black bomb is fine. Okay. All right. That's good. Some of it might be a little bit on the difficult side, given the structure of the ship, different from the Nobles Road. But well, my job involves creativity, so I'm sure I can think of something.
Fantastic. We just need it to look like a Thalos ship, you know,
Yes.
on brand.
Yes, it will. It'll take several days, however. Mostly as well for the paint to dry properly. It should be fine, but obviously if we get rain, then it's going to delay the painting.
Well, hopefully we won't, but I won't fault you for not being able to control the weather. Nem gives, like, this smile. Like, she's a fucking snake right now. And she just climbs aboard.
Alright. Yeah.
Nice.
So about an hour passes.
Natalia totally would have screamed at someone for not being able to control rain.
So about an hour passes. And whatchamacallit, eventually the rest of the crew sort of like climb up along with Oswell. He just hands over the paint pots to the crew, who take it down to the inside bit. Right, okay. I suppose I'll get to work on this when we're airborne. Would much rather start painting when I'm not being buffeted about by a moving ship. Eventually, whatchamacallit, the crew of Nori's Ark eventually get rid of the ropes holding it together. And Raina sort of like approaches yours like, right, so, where you planning to go?
We should head to Elvengrove first while they're working on it.
Alright, Elvengrove. Gonna have to drop a bit of a distance from there. Too much forestry around, you know.
I understand. How long do you think this would take, Valeth? Valeth?
I think he might be either muted or doing something.
Nem just starts snapping her fingers at him. Well, he's gone. He does this.
No, I'm here. You can hear me now?
Yeah,
okay.
we can hear you.
Yeah.
My computer's being really, really slow right now.
Yeah. Yeah, Nem's just snapping her fingers in front of Valeth because he hasn't answered.
So we're going. Are we going to Elvengrove first?
Yes.
Is that what you said?
So that they can take the ship.
Not too long, I imagine. We just have to go speak to the druids and the Seekers. Who is it again? I just can't remember exactly.
It was the Elder of Elvengrove.
It was the Elder. Okay, yes. Yes, so we have to go speak to the Elder, and then if me and Nemesis have information we want, if any of you have anything valuable, information-wise, straight or value-wise, that's how the Seekers work. You have something of value, they will for something of value. Information, usually.
Does an abridged history of the Artificers and Galero count?
I'm not sure, Delson. I have to ask them. All I know is I have this book that contains some information I got from the Leviathan's Lure, and if I give it to them, they should be able to answer my question. And I believe Nemesis, I'm not sure what she has. She has questions as well, but her... don't know what to call
The
it.
Elder doesn't specialize in what I'm looking for, though I would like to hear this information.
Yes.
Part of me kind of wishes to hear too.
No, of course, all of you. At this point, I just want to know more, and you're, as far as I'm concerned, part of this now, so you should know as well.
Alright,
God, this
so
popcorn is so fucking good.
Elvenrow, got it.
Yes.
Haven't made the flight there a few times, but you're looking at about 3 days.
Very well.
Sounds good. Gives us time.
Yeah, from where I'm going to be dropping you off, it's going to be about an hour of travel. Again, sorry, but, you know, when you build a town in the middle of a forest, it's kind of hard for an airship to land on that.
We have walked by foot before. It'll be fine.
Alright. And he prepares to get everything going.
Is Nemesis the kind of person who'd call all the waiters garçon in a restaurant?
I imagine that Nem has actually never had to herself until this campaign.
That's fair, yeah.
I think that Natalia did everything. Natalia's one of those ladies that like snaps her fingers at the waiters. Like, you know, they're fucking dogs. So I imagine Nem does that a lot.
Oh my god.
And then everyone else is like, Nem, stop, no.
Yeah.
No.
We definitely had to train her out of that.
Yeah.
Embarrassing us in front of normal people.
Right?
Normal.
Okay.
Very
So,
polite.
you begin your journey to Elvengrove. You've got about 4 days of travel. Is there anything that you wish to do during those 4 days?
Woo,
Make more
going
propaganda.
to the dream plane, going to the dream
Yeah,
plane.
y'all do that.
We're going to Dreamland.
Okay.
Me and Valeth.
Got it.
So the two of you cast Dream. Going
I
to...
could send myself.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna do like one of us. I was sending Nemesis to Quan, and then Delson was sending me with Nemesis.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I will send myself.
Well, yeah, no, yeah, it's not concentration, and so if you have spell slots, you can do that. And technically, I can do that. I could just send like both of you guys in, and then myself, and that would use like all my spell slots, which is
Okay.
fine. Honestly, I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Wait.
Nothing
Okay.
dangerous is gonna happen.
Suddenly, the wyverns appear. All right,
Suddenly, the bat burst into your dreams.
let's
Roll for
go.
initiative. Let's get this spread.
Okay. So, you all cast a dream spell and make your way into Quan's dreams. So, you find yourself in a room. It actually looks familiar to you, Nemesis. It looks to be very similar to the guest rooms of the Paladin headquarters. In this, in the room, you can see, it's well furnished and such. By the door, you can see what looks to be an individual, heavily armored, with the insignia of the Paladins of Tyr on it, not moving at all. And at a table nearby, you can see just slowly just drinking from a cup is Quan.
I'm sorry, what is near him?
What do you
Like
mean?
his plate mail?
No. So there's what looks to be a paladin, who is sort of, so like just standing completely still, fully armored in plate mail and everything. Quan is sitting at a table in what looks to be just like a simple tunic and such.
Okay. Interesting.
Can we get any features from this other paladin?
They are wearing a full helmet covering their entire face.
So they're ugly as
Oh.
fuck.
Then I think Nem isn't going to waste any time. She is going to go straight up. Quan.
It's a bit of a brief period where you just watch as he like blink a few times and he looks up. Looks a little bit confused, which, especially for Val, if going through doing Dream a few times, is a rather normal reaction, it seems.
Pretty much.
Hey there.
Right.
Now I know that this isn't part of the dream. What are
Well,
you
it
doing
is.
here?
We came to speak to you. What do you think?
Let me guess. You got a good idea of what I was referring to.
I know that you are currently somewhere where you can't really talk about things.
I am a... what's the best word for it? Esteemed guest at the Paladin of Tyr's headquarters. Grand Paladin Vespelin was not too happy of your little vanishing act, and decided to keep me here to avoid getting in the way, so to speak.
So they're holding you prisoner.
That's usually what esteemed guest means, Delson. I apologize for the situation that you're in, but we are planning to get you out.
Really now?
I'm sure that you're going to think that this is a stupid idea, but we were planning to go to the headquarters and get you out, hopefully with disguises and things like that. Nem gets more and more awkward as she talks to Quan. She has completely lost her bravado.
The thing is that both me and Vespin are in a bit of a balancing act here.
What does that mean?
Well, the Paladins are Natalia's noble guard. She decided that when she took over the throne. But at the same time, they need Paladins here in Ulmendau to keep a watch on me. But considering several of those Paladins still support me, he has the issue of needing to have a good balance of those in support of him and me, lest I get broken out and this place is taken over, or he gets killed by ones loyal to me. If I go, I feel that he's going to have more control over those paladins.
You're in a stalemate right now, and you need to be here to keep that.
Yes and no. It's a stalemate, but the odds are still in my favor. After all, despite the numerous threats Vespin has told me, he is not going to lay a finger on me, lest he incur the wrath of the paladins that support me. At the same time, I can't really go free, because he can then tighten his grip on those paladins.
So Vespin needs to be out of the picture.
Not quite. You see, like, he's normally, like, very confident. You sort of see that confidence sort of waver a bit. I have a plan which would result in me overthrowing the paladins here in Ulmendau. Unfortunately, every other aspect, such as how many men will I have to work with, what will I do with the Ulmendau garrison, I've not gotten that far. I'm far beyond my depth on this, and even with Arlene, helping me with gathering information, which is not her forte.
Yeah.
I'm in a bit of a tough situation myself here.
Well, Nem looks to Valeth and Delson. You have us, as little as that is.
I mean no
That you do.
offense, but unless you can take on 2,000 soldiers, which Harleen has told me is what's left in Ulmendau, with the rest going to Jurhan, it's all going to be for naught. If we're lucky, we'll get 40 of the paladins on our side.
Yes, those are quite the odds. I don't even think calling in some mercenary help would
Well,
tilt it in our favor.
technically, if you were able to distract some of those forces at the same time. There's
Yes.
word of a revolution going on in Ulmendau, though I'm sure that part of that rebellion has been quelled due to Natalia becoming queen.
Not necessarily. Even I've been hearing rumors of that.
If it were to be incited more, if they were to be led, that could split the forces.
Indeed, that could.
Potentially, yes. Unfortunately, given I've spent the last few months sealed within this room, essentially, I have no idea what that situation is involving right now.
Well, I think we found something that we can look at.
I think I like where this is going.
Nem gives a nod, but she won't continue on that yet. Since you're trapped here, though, I figure I should ask you these things now.
So, like,
What I
leans
was
back a little
planning
bit.
to. Nemesis will look to Valeth and Delson. I apologize, but I don't think there's any risk, and I'd like to be alone for whatever this is.
Very
Understandable.
Very well. I'll just go. I just walk up because I'm pretty sure I cast all. I just wanted to be the one in control of all the dream souls, so I go up to Delson and I just like put my hand on the back of his head, and then he's kind of just like rolls back and then dissipates into smoke.
It's like Dragon Ball Z
Okay.
Bridge when Goku does instant transmission. It's just like a little pop
A little bit,
noise.
yeah.
and
Wait,
it
is there a
vanishes.
pop noise too?
Essentially.
Sure. And then I and say, "Good luck, Nemesis." And then I just into nothingness myself.
Yeah.
All right. Nem will go ahead and sit down across from him. I imagine like a chair forms for her.
There's several chairs already. But
Great,
given how you cast a dream spell, you can control certain aspects.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do some crazy shit. It's fun.
You can have like, you
Yeah.
can have like a
Nem will go ahead and
gigantic
sit down
throne.
across from him. And honestly, this feels like a very familiar scene. I imagine that Quan and Nemesis have been in this situation before.
You do remember the first time you met Quan when you initially was enlisted into the Paladins.
And then every time she got in trouble.
Right? It's been a while since we've been like this.
It's been a while since the world wasn't flipped on its head.
I remember being in this position and how small I felt compared to you. I don't feel that way anymore.
I can tell. I could tell back in Platinum Hold as well.
I spoke to Natalia previously, using the same means as this. And you know about Rogan and Nori, don't you?
You see him, like, almost think of, like, an excuse before he just, like, you watch his face drop. He says, "You mean that Rogan is Norium's father, not Luez?"
Yes.
I knew.
Does that mean that you know about my situation as well?
Aye.
Would you care to tell me yet?
Understand that you know that due to the heavy alignment with Tyr, when the two of you were born, your birth certificates were placed here, in the Vault of the Paladins. When I became Grand Paladin, and you were enlisted, I was asked to retrieve it. I had a 50-50 chance of getting yours, and fate handed me a loss, and that is how I found out about Norium. I did ask Natalia why it didn't match the certificates that you and Norium had. I'm sure you're aware that once she has something on you, she is more than happy to use it against you. I had just been appointed the Grand Paladin, and I couldn't risk my own position by giving this information. You're probably going to ask next, when I was no longer a Grand Paladin, what stopped me from telling you? Unlike Rogan, your father's in a different situation. Rogan is smart. Rogan is a amazing fighter. Hells, I think his entire reason for going for the grasp was a way to ensure that he didn't get killed. But your father doesn't have that luxury. If she gets an idea that you know, she will kill him.
So you're saying that he's in her grasp?
I don't know. All I have is a name. But from what Natalia had told me, she might have ideas on where he is.
As I realize that this is going to be selfish of me, as considering what you've told me about my father, but I want that name. I need that name.
Make a persuasion check with advantage. $26.
Hey.
You see him, like, sit there for a few minutes. Let's put this to a very simple agreement, then. You help me with my little issue here in Ormondau. And you see him, like, pull from, seemingly out of nowhere, like what appears to be like a bit of parchment. And I will hand you the letter that your father wrote for you. It vanishes.
Nem takes a sharp breath at that. Deal.
That said, when you do read the letter, because, of course, you know your mother has no degree of privacy, your father also appears to be conflicted.
Right then.
And feels the same way I assume Rogan does about Norium. But also know as well that the second you read that letter and you know who your father is, he's at risk. Until Natalia is either imprisoned or dead. So once you have done this, I will give you the letter. And you will have to deal with the consequences if you read it before or after this war is over.
All right. I understand.
So, like, goes back to just drinking.
Can I take the parchment?
So you sort of, like, reach over and you take the parchment. He doesn't seem to stop you.
Yeah, she just drags it over to her. She is looking very tense. Like, she understands the situation, but...
So you take the parchment. You open it up. Completely blank. You're aware we're in a dream, Nemesis. That's not the actual letter.
Yeah. You're an asshole.
You're not the first person to call me that. You won't be the last. I hope.
Yes, I had a feeling that it was probably too good right now, but I tend to keep my word about things, and I'll assist you in any way possible. I was planning to anyways. And she just slides the paper over, like, back over to him.
Yeah, it just sort of, like, fades away as you sort of push it. Well, as I say, given the stalemate me and Vespin are in, I don't think I need to worry too much about my own safety. The only thing I have to worry about is dying of boredom.
I'll visit you again to talk about, well, more about this. As you know, with my situation, I can't exactly stay in Olmendau for long, but I can scout out that situation.
Hopefully this rebellion that you refer to is going to give us some fruit.
Well, I did have an idea, per se, and she will pull out kind of, I guess, like, an image of Reynard's rune.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite sure what it does, but I've met the person who gave it to me. It's probably chaotic, to say the least.
Be careful where you use it, then.
Well, my plan was to essentially torture Mother with it, but I think it's good to hold on to in case of a distraction, per se.
Do you know the nature of what the rune does beyond it being a bit chaotic?
I got it from a Fey Lord.
A... what?
A Fey Lord. A fox specifically.
Right. He is fully confused at this.
I'll look more into it.
Probably best. The last thing I'd want is that to cause any long-term issues.
There's like a glint in Nemesis's eyes of like, that was kind of my intention.
This was my intention.
Yeah. Well, I'd thank you for the information, Quan, but you have supplied me with just about nothing.
That's not true. I told you the situation here in the headquarters.
Nem gives him this look of like, you know what I fucking mean, you fucking smartass.
And if you do intend to get me out of here, memorize where this room is. It's been my prison for the last few months. Weeks, months, who knows at this point. But this is where I am in the headquarters.
Nem looks around the room.
Yeah.
Does she recognize it, or is it just like basic guest room looks the same?
The rooms tend to look similar, but like looking out the window, you can see a small bit of the of Castle Fallow. It looks like it is the room that is furthest to the front of the headquarters on the western wing.
I don't suppose that your dream can develop things outside of this, things that you know.
Just indicates to the outside bit where it just shows Castle Fallow and such. Like what, exactly?
And Nem will go ahead and go to like the actual door of the room.
So the door's
And
blocked
she's
by
going
by what looks like a paladin. Hasn't moved an inch.
Nem stares at this paladin. Step aside.
You just watch it sort of like, almost like Thanos snap, vanishes.
Yeah. See, my friend told me that I can do quite a bit in this dream. And what I'm hoping for is that with my knowledge and with your knowledge about the headquarters, we can map this place out. And Nem is going to go ahead and try and open the door, hopefully to like the guest wing.
Yeah, so thinking of the guest wing in your head, you open the door and you're greeted to a... It's weird, it's almost like the entire area is a bit blurry, but it's very clearly like the guest wing.
Yeah. Obviously, this won't be entirely accurate since we're doing this from a dream standpoint, but if we were to map this place out, we'd at least have some idea.
Maybe so, but I don't think I can actually do anything.
You can't walk through with me.
I just see a black void over there.
Nem stops. You don't see what I see.
No, I believe that you are in control of this dream at this point, and you're deciding what you see.
Can I decide what you see? And Nem will try to do that.
Yep. Now I see it.
Right. This can work. You can remind me of the details. I can flesh it out more.
Of course. And he sort of like gets up and sort of timidly like walks through the threshold. You watch so like his whole form also goes blurry as it walks through.
Oh, wow. All right. That's different. Can you still speak to me?
I believe so, yes. His voice sounds a bit muffled.
I think there might be a little bit of a limit to this, but let's try to get what we can. And he and I will go ahead and try to map out the headquarters in the time that we have.
Okay. Which would be 8 hours. If that is the case, I assume like you sort of like write it down or whatever, you know, in regards to how it looks.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you remember the Paladin headquarters is it's not actually like a very big building, because it's mostly like outdoor fields, like training fields and such. And it is. Let me just quickly, because I actually do have a map on it, but I think I'm missing 1 or 2 bits. Yeah, I'm missing 1 or 2 bits. I'll send it after the session once I've finished the little bits.
All right.
But you,
No problem.
you're able to map out. You're not able to like map out the furniture and such in there.
All right.
But you are able to get a good idea. However, as you sort of get to where the vault is and such, for example, it becomes too difficult for you to recall because you've never been down there.
Yep. I think I've hit my limit.
It's a good attempt. You remember the building well enough.
Not like you guys held me here for years and years.
You know that was your mother, not me.
I realize this, but I don't know. I suppose I previously thought of you as a villain.
You wouldn't be the first one.
But my perspective has certainly changed. We're all just doing what we can to survive. And you've never had particularly ill intentions towards me.
I simply did what I was told to do as Grand Paladin. And afterwards, I simply did that because I owed a favor to Norium.
You owed a favor to Norium?
Yeah, that's what I already mentioned. I hunted in a lord's land and Norium got me off the hook.
Well, it's just that... I think you say that, but I think you've got a bigger heart than you appear to.
It was once larger.
So I've heard. I'll see you again soon, Quan.
Best of luck, Nemesis.
And then we'll go ahead and fade away.
Okay.
I love Quan.
So, you pull yourself away from the dream back to your normal self. Valith!
Oh no.
Oh dear, oh my.
So,
Oh no.
you pull yourself away from the dream. You sort of like close your eyes and focus as you pull yourself out. And as you open them, you're in a dark void with a single wooden door ahead of you.
I approach the door.
Okay. The door swings open. This room is familiar.
Oh.
This is the room of which your patron resides in.
Yeah, the long hallway with, I think there was like paintings on the wall, and then at the end there was a big stained glass window.
There are no paintings this time. The walls are bare.
Oh.
The window is still there, but it is a pitch black void. No fireplace. In the middle of the room, sitting in a chair directly facing you, resting his chin on his hands, you see Room looking at you with an intense stare.
Hello, Room.
So
How
you're
have you
heading
been?
back to Elvengrow, are you?
Yes.
I wonder then, is it to do the job I told you to do?
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Well, I'm searching for answers that you refused to give me, Room.
So then I am going to assume that you are potentially going to be unloyal and simply fly away on your little contraption with your little friends and leave me here wallowing.
Simply want to know why. Why you're trapped away here. Why everybody's so afraid of you? Because I never have been, Room. Everybody I speak to in this world, tried to speak to them about you, and they're off put. And I don't see why. It's all you've done is help me. And I've told you that. And frankly, I'm not satisfied with the answers that I've been getting.
People are off-put by me. What does it matter for them? I assume you refer to those vile elves. The ones who don't even get to be blessed by my presence.
Yes. Them and, well, frankly, most of my friends. Took them a while to trust me. And I think they do, but I don't think they trust you. I would like them to. If you could help, I would like it, but everything I've been hearing has been pointing me away from you, Room.
What thing, Valif? What lies have been spouted?
There's a lot of history involved with the time that you came from that's been lost. And everybody now that's in control is fighting against that. Though there is some remnants of the past that have come. Are you aware of the cynics from the time of the Dark?
So it looks at
You
you a
access
little
their
bit confused.
Things have changed, Room. It's no longer a world that you can simply reside over. You need to have a place. You have a religion, perhaps. At this point, no one knows who you are, and those that do are afraid of you. If I could, I would like everybody to be able to experience what you've given me, the potential that I've been able to experience. Not the powers and the gifts, but you allowed me to become this. I'm just gonna put my arms out. This was me, but through you. Potential. A dream that I had, that I made real. I want everybody to be able to experience that, Room.
Then break my seals, so that I can roam the land free again. Then all...
I need to trust you, Room.
You talk of trust now. after all these years. Tell me,
Yes?
what has shaken your trust in me?
The world. Never experienced much of it before. Now that I have, I see that it's perhaps not as black and white as I thought. Now, I want to do good and help people. And I'm afraid that, from what I've heard, you're not going to help people, Room. I think you helped me so that you could just free yourself. And you're using me. Like a fool. I'm willing to help you, because I believe in you, but I'm starting not to. Through no fault of your own.
What did those elves tell you exactly? You seemed oh so committed to me until you visited those elves in Elvengrove. What did they tell you?
Now I need to find information that I have written down somewhere. That was what they said exactly.
And as he says as well, you sort of see his form sort of like be less human and sort of like become more warped. The first thing you know as well is his eyes start to glow a deep red color.
I don't remember exactly what they told me, Tick, but I think it was just like that. They weren't to be trusted, right? That they were
So
were
the
powerful.
main thing that you were told by the Archdruid is that Room is a Voidlord.
Mm-hmm.
And that he appeared during the dark and occasionally helped people, some of the commanders, by going into their dreams and giving them information.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Can you tell me more about the Voidlords? They told me you were a Voidlord, and I knew that already, but only knew that they were from the time of the Dark, and they were powerful entities, and yes, it's a scary name and all, but some people think Valith is a scary name. They said you would help people, but it seems that not in the way that I imagined. In a way that you were trying to manipulate the world to see fit to suit yourself. But why? What purpose? What gain do you have apart from
Why?
power?
Have you ever been to the Void, Valith? It is nothing but cold and angry and desolate. And yet you, all of you in your material plane, have such vibrancy, such life. Of course we want a piece of it. I, at least, had the audacity to find a way to maximize my gains compared to all the others. What I want is simply to reside here. And I found it. Dreams. Such vivid memories that the brain plays as you sleep. Sure, the more I consume, the more nightmarish they become. And I won't admit to killing a few during my time in the dark, yet I didn't do it intentionally. What I want is to become the ruler of all dreams. That way, I can reside here in the material plane.
We have some work to do, Room.
No, you have work to do. You have seals to destroy.
I will release you, Room. But we need to fix your perspective. I'm willing to help. But only if you're willing to change.
I don't give a damn what the mortals think of me. If they want to
And
think of
never
me
have
as some
that part
boogeyman,
changed.
that is fine by me.
So is this it?
I don't think you realize. We brought your plane to its knees. Admittedly, I could potentially do that, but I'm not. And yet I don't intend to rule like a tyrant either. I simply wish to feast on people's dreams and enjoy the pleasures of this realm.
Oleth just sits for a moment or two and just kind of stares, sort of just like through Room. He's not looking at him. He's zoned out a little bit, and then just don't know what I'm going to do with you, Room. I wish to help. I genuinely do. You've done so much for me. I'm conflicted. I need some time to speak with the elves. I know they might not say what you'd like, but I need to know more before I can know whether or not I'm willing to help you. I want to. I don't know if I'm willing.
You think this is some sort of conversation with your gods? The ones that quarreled and fought with each other? No, Valif. If you are not willing to help me, I will simply find somebody else. You have started the ball rolling. With one seal gone, I have more reach than I did before, and I could easily replace you with more loyal people. But if you need time, then by all means, see these elves, speak with them. You're going to be a few days to get there, yes?
Yes, of course.
I suppose I can give you a little taste of what will happen if you disobey me. Enjoy
Very well.
feeling what you haven't felt in a many set of years. As he waves his hand, your vision goes dark. And as you open your eyes, you're once again on Norium's Ark. As everyone else is waking up.
Yeah, I'll just kind of look around, look at my hands. Does anything feel different? I feel different at all?
No, you feel the same. Still feel like Valif.
For now, I just feel like Valif. All right, I'm just gonna keep it that way for now.
Yep.
Okay. Anyone doing anything the day after? I assume because of all the developments that happened during that sleep.
Well, should we gather together and discuss new plan?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and just, the plan has changed a bit. We won't be fearing Quan per se, but we will still be going to Almondale. We will have to look into the little rebellion that I had found previously. Try and see if we can encourage that some more.
Of course.
On the upside, Nemesis pulls out a map of the headquarters. Quan and I also worked on this last night.
Wait, you entirely mapped out an area just from dreams?
Well, Quan and I have lived there for quite a long time.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
We need to help Quan. There's a stalemate with Vespelin, and we need to help him get back his footing. It'll help us in the end.
Besides, it'll probably help out the Ronas and Rogan as well.
I hope so. This needs to work. I need to get information.
I understand. I'm fully with you on this, though. Hell, I was even
For now.
with you.
Yes, I know, Delson. For now, focus on Elven Grove, whatever we're doing there. The plan won't be in action for a while. Alright?
Understood.
Good, good. I'm very, very tired. Considering that Nem is suffering 1 point of exhaustion.
No, you were able to get a full night's rest. It's just you woke up after everyone else.
Okay, so it's like the afternoon at this point?
Yeah, you didn't spend 8 hours mapping out the headquarters. It was like an hour, 2 hours.
Yeah.
And
okay.
I've put in the map that you drew that would have been drawn.
Alright.
In campaign notes.
I think I'd like to have my own dreams tonight, though.
Yeah, same.
Alright. I really have to go to the bathroom, so
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm gonna be RB as well.
Alrighty. So, throughout the rest of the day, you just kind of watch as the terrain below you go by. You do have to deviate a little bit as you are passing the mountain range that Underrook is nestled between. Nothing happens at all during your journey. As night falls, Valif, you feel something that you haven't felt in a long time. You start to feel
Real tired.
tired.
And I lay down and try to meditate and probably fall asleep.
Yeah, you focus, you just try and meditate, try and relax yourself, and next thing you know, for the first time in a long time, you fall asleep. The next 2 days are also uneventful, as work on painting Nori's Ark mostly concludes, barring a few finishing touches. On both the following nights, Valif, you feel tired and you have to sleep. And you also realize as well that as you try and summon a Akasha for some companionship, nothing happens.
Nothing. And I go through the list of things that I have. I'll just try to do some minor stuff. And nothing.
Everything you try, every spell, every eldritch ability that you have for your class, none of them work.
Oh no, Vaneth is now just sexy as fuck. No.
Yep, that's me. Excellent.
As Elven Grove begins to appear, or at least the forest which Elven Grove is around, sort of begins to peak on the horizon. Val, if at this point you're trying to once again summon Akasha and just as you sort of like focus and open your eyes, Akasha is once again in front of you.
Oh, she's there?
Yeah, it appears that like you've been trying over the course of the day, but eventually it finally happens. It appears that you have now regained your abilities, you were feeling a bit fatigued still because trying to readjust to sleeping again,
Mm.
but that weariness sort of gradually fades away.
Yeah, she's currently a raven, so I guess Raven snuggles. She's not a cat right now. She's like,
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well,
Akasha doesn't seem like the snuggly type, does she?
She's a
snuggly.
familiar. She can be whatever she damn well pleases.
Okay.
Snuggles mean.
But eventually, the Nori's arc drops down. As you're sort of like preparing to sort of like disembark, Oswald slowly speaks up. Right, I did very clearly say as part of the deal that I'd like to be dropped off a place where I can quite easily get back to Groffield. This is a forest.
Well, can't you find a bit of what's it called? Bit of like a bit of clearing before the forest, and we can walk from there.
You are in a clearing in the forest.
Okay.
You're about
No,
an
I meant-
hour's travel away from Elvengrow. As Raina
Well,
said, because of the all the trees and such, he can't land at Elvengrow.
Okay. Okay, in that case, let's go. Yeah, don't worry. Yeah. Well, we had to fucking walk all the way here from Lesdor before, and we'll be fine.
Well, I'm sure you'll be fine being adventurers. I am a painter. At this point, Raina speaks up. Don't worry. We'll drop you off at the next city, huh? Fine. He just goes back and just continues finishing off the last little bits. Right, just sort of looks to you guys. We'll keep ourselves anchored here for a bit. You gonna be long, or...?
Dunno, we won't be as long as we were in a fucking Galero, probably, but a good couple of days, probably.
Okay. If it's a couple of days, then I can take this one to a nearby city. But that'll leave me be for a few days itself. You sure you're going to be a few days here in Elvengrow?
He's back.
It is me and... Oof. He's going.
Hi, Vase. Spooks McGee. So I'm not sure because I'm not really the one doing stuff in Elven Grey. I'm not sure how long it's going to take.
That's always going to be a problem because you went for Elvengrow because of Valif.
Yep.
That's unfortunate. How do we want to do this?
Forest adventures, yay!
Well, we got two options.
Yes.
We can continue on without Valif, and we'll just have to bring him up to speed. But then, he won't get his questions. Or we can end early, which is not ideal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I really feel like it would be shitty if he isn't here for the question answering and he can't put his input in, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
we could
because that's
just
his
get
main thing over here.
Yeah.
We could just get into the city, but not do
It's like,
his stuff yet.
yeah. We can make our way into Elvengrow and do some stuff before we have the meeting
Yep.
with the elders.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that probably means that we will be more closer to the finishing slightly earlier one then, because Elvengrow's not a big city. But that's fine.
Yeah, don't worry, mate.
Fair enough.
That's fine.
Don't worry.
Okay. So. Just to make it easier, Valve will say, I don't know. We'll let you know if we are going to be here for a while. Alright, the weird magic where you speak in the head, yeah? Yes. Alright.
You don't really get used to that kind of thing, to be honest.
Nah, I don't imagine you do.
Where's the nearest city to here, by the way?
Oh, right. The nearest city is... Let's pull up my map. Considering how it's on an airship, it would be either Ledstor or Underrock. They're both relatively close.
Okay, cool.
Raina says, where we are, technically we're in sort of like a triangular bit. You got Mithril Hammer to the north, Underrock and Ledstor, roughly about 2 days or so.
Right. Hold on. Let me just get a map while Troth now remembers his Jihanian geography. Okay. Alright, nearest, getting this kid home will probably be,
I mean, the nearest Ulmendal, but not exactly comfortable about going in there.
I was suggesting, Underook.
Alright, that'll take me 2 days to get there, so guess you're gonna be staying in Elven Grove for 4 days, right?
That'll do, aye.
Yeah, about.
Yep.
While you're in Underook, see if you can find the Glowhammer Brewery.
Oh, yeah, I was meant to be waiting to hear something from that, but I guess I can check. Will make it pretty good to figure out where exactly we're going to be picking up our stuff.
Exactly. As far as I'm aware, it's only been set up, but are they making? We're making ale. So, if you want, I could give you a little bit of money to buy a few kegs to have on the ship and bring back to Exton if you want.
Oh no, the first batch your brother told me is completely free. I've got the pulls out a bit of parchment. Got the bit here to say it. 12 kegs. All for free.
Well, nice. Well, nice of them. All right, good stuff. I hope you lot and Lord Verona eventually enjoys it.
Well, it's going to make us a tidy profit.
And, well, me too, ideally.
Aye. I mean, obviously people will buy it, you get a cut of it. But I mean, I've done trade in ale before, and the amount that, it was actually surprising, honestly, because essentially that's about 200 gold a keg.
Is that a lot?
That is a lot. He essentially gave nearly 3,000 gold worth of ale for free.
What the fuck? What did I walk into? Excuse me?
Holvik
That
doing
was
Holvik thing.
awfully fucking generous of him, wasn't it? I need to have a word with my brother, just let him know
Stonks.
how I think of his generosity to his trading partners. That's Morian's beard. Okay.
It was a one-time thing.
What?
I said Norian. I said Norian's bid. Morian's bid. Thank you.
Oh my god, no, you said Norium. That was funny.
No, it was Morium.
Actually, yeah. Let's keep in that Freudian slip. I did say Norian's beard, correct?
And now,
that is funny.
Norium with a beard.
It's almost like Vegeta with a mustache.
It would be like an Ironwood
We will
style
have more
beard.
kegs coming, but fuck me.
Mm.
All right. Hope you enjoy him.
Well, look at it this way. Your brother's generosity is paying for our salary. Saves you from doing it.
Fair enough, I suppose. Yeah, I'll make sure to thank him after I give him a smack, you know.
Don't smack him too hard.
You gotta keep him in line, you know. You know how it goes with younger brothers.
Alright.
Anyway,
See you in a few
I'll see you in a
days
couple.
then.
see you in a couple. Take care of the artist. He's a bit green around the ears.
Yeah. Be sure you let me know if you're heading anywhere else, cause I'm gonna be landing here. And if you're not back in 2 days, I'm gonna assume something terrible's happened to you and I'm leaving.
Fair enough. We'll be here. Don't worry.
Alright. With that, as you sort of like all, get off the boat, it pulls up and sort of flies away. You watch it fly off into the distance towards the to the opposite side of the sunset. That is me once again confusing my east from west because I'm a fucking idiot. And you begin to head to Elvengrove. And Elvengrove's
Make my way downtown.
yeah. So Elvengrove's what you call it, perimeter is relatively secure due to the druids, so you don't run into any encounters. But eventually you arrive back for the first time to the town of Elvengrove.
Yay.
By the time
Well.
you arrive, it is night.
Well, we should probably find some quarters. I don't fancy sleeping on the ground.
So you do know there is...
Trosnar, I've seen you in a ditch a number of times.
Usually not of my own volition, you know. I don't choose, I just end up there.
So there is one inn, which you know of. It's the one where Delson was like, hey, you look like my sister.
Oh boy! We get to go back to that, yes!
Memories.
Oh god.
Mhm.
Oh boy.
Let's go. I don't think anyone else was there for that. That's so fucking funny.
Yep.
Yeah, Delson's going to try to find a different inn. See if there is
Nope,
even one.
there is no other.
Make an investigation check.
Come on, most great detective.
This is a small town. There better not be. He better have to confront his mistakes. It's half past your actions have consequences, buddy.
Delson, when the fuck will you learn?
13.
That
You
my
ask
Freudian slip
around.
consequences.
And there is visible confusion when you ask if there's another inn, given that you can get from one end of the town to the other in a few minutes.
Yup. Well, guess this is happening.
Alright.
Delson just looks a bit dead inside right now.
So you head to the inn. Completely empty at this point. You are the only people that are here. Outside of like the odd elf that's sort of like drinking, but most of them are leaving at this point to go to their own homes.
Fair enough.
The innkeeper is indeed the raven-haired girl that you was before. And you sort of like, you go up to her desk like, hello, welcome back, sirs and madams.
Thank you.
Okay, good to be back.
4 rooms, please.
4 rooms, that will be a silver for all of you.
Alright.
I'll put down a silver. And then start heading up.
That was strange.
Well, do
Can I
enjoy
roll
your
in-
stay.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks very much.
Gonna
I
go
will.
ahead and grab Fortune's hand and go up. I wonder what in the world Delson was in a rush for.
Can I roll insight on Delson?
Sure thing.
You heard the man.
Fucking yeet. 4.
You have no idea. You assume he must be tired. He must be really
He needed
tired.
a shit. Yeah.
Yep. Delson's just sitting in his room awkwardly.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, can I ask the barman if they've got any just like drinkable water?
Yes, we have spring water. Yes.
Just a glass of that, please. Just clear my head a bit.
Just gives you a tankard full of water.
Because it's water, I just fucking crush it in one gulp, essentially. So, can you get me another, please?
Right, and you another.
I'll look after this one, and I go and just chill out downstairs with my glass of water.
Okay.
Oh, just while I'm sat downstairs enjoying my pint of water.
Mhm.
Do I overhear anything juicy?
There is. You
Anything
hear the voices in
salacious?
your head as you are the only people inside this tavern. Or this inn.
I hear the screams of the damned. Okay.
Drothnar, why?
Yeah, I've
Oh
got
my
an
God.
for you guys. Yeah.
This is your conscience speaking.
My conscience is Emperor Palpatine? That means so much.
Yes, do it.
Get the mail. Do it.
Get the roar.
We ran out of Pringles last week.
Excuse me?
The voice is in Drathnar's head.
Alright. So, is there anything that you all wish to do?
Delson will eventually come down and get a drink. Lord knows he fucking needs it.
Okay. So, what? Ale, water, what?
Ale.
Okay, 2 copper.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just studying Infernal upstairs.
Okay.
Yay.
Like some kind of...
Celestial practice.
Wow, check out the fucking... No.
What if we learned each other's languages and kissed?
That would be weird, right? Wouldn't that be weird? Yeah.
Unless.
Unless.
But yes, Delson's just gonna drink.
Gratian knocks on the two lovers' door.
Oh, great.
I guess I'll go open it.
God damn it! This is like when the
Yeah.
fucking kids.
I imagine, like, Nem's just, like, fixing herself quickly.
Yeah. This is like when like the couple with kids are like
Yeah.
are making out at night, and then like one of the kids like I can't sleep. I'm like, fuck, that's
Yeah.
fine. Come here.
What are we doing?
Speaking languages. What's up?
Yes, that. Oh, yes, of course. Thank you for letting me, borrow it. Nem will quickly, get the mask. She looks a little bit flustered, but she hands it back to Gratian.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Oh my god.
This is so...
Do it.
Oh yeah, they were getting at it, to say the least. Nem is blindingly obvious. She will not look you in the face.
I get the idea that there are like obvious like love bites and hickeys like on her neck and stuff like that.
Right.
There are many uses for the mask in many faces, including in the bedroom.
Oh my god. Nem just covers her face with her infernal book.
I'm just thinking like, oh, there's mask in many faces. I could name a celebrity you want to be with.
Yeah. Oh my god, no. Oh my god.
Jesus.
Okay.
Bye, Gratian. And Nem slams the door.
What a weird ass kid.
I think my spirit is leaving my body.
Oh my fucking god.
Hey, Nam, you know what we haven't been doing?
Mounted combat.
Hey now.
Yes, but I was also going to say we haven't been teaching our horses how to talk to each other. I think that's important.
Did you bring
Right.
the horses with you? I thought you said you were going on foot. Like you were walking.
Yeah, but we can just say it.
Okay. I was just there like, wait a second.
I'll keep that in mind. We can teach them and subsequently teach ourselves on the airship. Right. I'm going to go to bed.
I'll put Scamper to bed and I'll see you there.
Do the doors in the tavern have locks?
Not what I, see you!
Yeah, why can't the horses speak horse?
Because they're magic. They only get to choose one language, and we chose our own languages. But now we can teach them.
They can speak to one another.
They can be the boyfriends they were destined to be.
Oh my god. Alright, yeah. That leaves Nem and Fortune. Go ahead, everyone else.
So it's a bit weird the fact that, like, you know, it's just going to be Delson and me, Delson and Trotna in a pub, empty pub together, and like, are we going to chat?
A dwarf and a half elf walk into a pub.
So I'm guessing it's going to like, Del, it's literally just me in here. It's a bit odd that, you know, you sat all the way over there and I'm here.
Yes, that is true, man. Sorry.
Get your half elf ass over here, man, and take a fucking seat.
Well, if you so eloquently put it like that, I guess I can. I'll just walk over with an overly sarcastic eye roll. And then just a smile to Drothnar. So, what's on your mind?
Too many things, and to be honest, too many to get in right now with a late night in a fucking elvish pub. But hey, given the fact that, you know, it's just me and you, and, you know, the girls aren't here, and I sort of just do like a very quick glance over to the bar. Let's go. You fancy her, don't you?
What? No! No!
Look, don't... Lad, don't... You don't have to fight it, man. You don't have to be embarrassed.
Dude. She looks similar to my sister. Do you know how many levels of wrong that is?
Do you know that
Says the one that was flirting with her.
Do you know that I don't have even the idea of where to begin to imagining what your sister looks like, lad? I've never fucking met her.
Fine. Would you like me to give a vague rundown?
Well, if it looks like a lass over there, black hair, green eyes, medium height.
Of course she's taller.
Probably wondering where her brother is.
At this point, I don't even know what she's thinking.
Well, did you leave on bad terms?
I haven't seen her in years, and we haven't contacted each other in about that long either. Only reason I'm here is because of that bitch Cereza. She tipped me off that she may have given someone matching that description a ride. And then I promptly lost just about everything I had trying to get more information from her.
Cereza,
Just
you
going
mean
to that tiefling lady.
That crime boss we met over in Groffield.
Yep. Very same one who denies herself
She
being
didn't
a
seem like
pirate.
the kind who would just give out information like that. To be fair, I mean,
No, she isn't.
to be fair, if you really want to get all the information we have, there's, to be honest, nothing stopping you or us from going back to Grothfield and helping her win her little war of hers in exchange for more information about your sister. A simple business transaction, isn't it?
Listen, it's not just information of my sister that she has. There's a lot she has from me. None the least being my pride.
Truffle thought this does like a little chuckle and goes, well, like your virginity, mate.
No. Honestly, there was someone back home I wish took it though. But that's another conversation entirely different.
To be fair, you can do better than her. Take it from me. Don't go for the crazy ones, mate. Ends badly.
Yeah, I know. That's why the person I had in mind, I've known them forever now. I know that they're very kind and strong. However, they also don't take shit from anyone. Like if I said half the shit I say to others to her, I know I'm getting fucking thrown through a window.
Very nice.
And then she'll help me up, and then probably say something like, I'm sorry about that, but you kinda brought it on yourself. For a bard, you don't seem to know when to shut up.
Nice. Well, I mean, when do you sort of ever know when to shut the fuck up?
Never.
So I mean, surely you know, the guy who can both sit on his arse and talk out about it at the same time is kind of part and parcel with you, isn't it? Nothing knowing that going in, surely.
Yeah, I guess not. But yes. I am sorry about acting awkward, but now you have an idea why.
Yeah, that's right. Don't worry. I mean, I suppose it's lucky that I at least have a vague idea of what the fucking wardens look like, and I don't think they're here. I'll be honest.
Yeah, no, I'm fairly certain that they aren't, because I'm pretty sure that would stick out like a sore thumb.
Aye. I mean, it's a bit too lush and green, and as well, they couldn't exactly do their rituals, shall we say, without burning half the forest down. So,
right. And then they would have to be dealing with a very angry tribe of druids. And trust me when I say this.
It would explain where most of them ended up if they, are now feeding the roots of the trees deep down there, I suppose.
Fair enough.
Although in truth, I think most of the number are like me,
Ragged, regretting things that they've done in the past, wandering
definitely
through
trying to
life.
make amends and hope that if we have a good enough defense when the time comes, aye. But hey, I found you guys. You happened to bump into you lot in a fucking pub halfway across the world, and I thought, fuck it, better than dying in a bar fight or having me take a have my ticker pack it in a couple decades time, you know.
Honestly, most of us would have thought would do you in would be liver poisoning at this point.
Mate, think of it this way: if my liver was gonna fail, don't you think it would have failed by now?
You know, you have a point there. How the hell is it even still alive?
It's made out of iron
You
and
know-
blessed by the gods themselves, my friend.
Yes. The great legendary artifact of the liver of Morian. I have heard tales about it,
Aye.
and how it can allow a dwarf to get insanely drunk,
The
yet
only-
never fear death.
It's the only way the old maker could have continue making the rest of the world after he invented ale. Aye. So the legend goes, and I've got a big smirk on my face. Hey, speaking of which, you want to top up? And I can order for you this so it's not weird.
Nah, I'll get it. Do you want one too, or another type of drink?
Sure. Something stronger. They have ale, but this is whatever they have that's open. I'll go for.
Yep, I'll just go over and get a round of ales.
Alright. So you're able to get another round of ales.
Just bring it to Trar. Drink him while you got him, Grandpa.
Alright. So,
Yeah,
you
so I guess me and
the majority of the night just doing small talk and conversation before you eventually retire to bed. Because unfortunately V's had to go, and I know that's going to be first on the cards in the morning. So we're gonna call it. That's what we're going to call it for this session. And say a little bit earlier, but real life stuff takes priority over a D&D game. So
I think we still accomplished quite a bit.
you got more information, you got some more reveals, and you got a little bit of advancement in some of the plots.
Yep.
Like Room, his patience running thin.
Yeah, I was wondering.
I was wondering how that whippersnapper was getting up to. Yeah.
Man, Melissa's gonna have to find something new to do.
It would be kind of cool if essentially he goes from in this thing goes from a warlock to a druid, basically for you weird
Right?
mind melding training with the druids in Elvengrove.
That would be funny.
There's a whole 180 of just I used to be about the darkness, but now I'm about fucking trees.
That'd be interesting.
I mean, there's also the potential of him changing the patron, maybe.
True.
I'm trying to think. Is there actually a what you call it?
Y'all motherfuckers need Morian.
I'm trying to see. Is there a nature pact? I think it's the Fae.
Archfey.
Archfey, that was it.